Welcome back to TCM and our tribute to June Lockhart, who passed away last year at the age of 100. Amazing. I'm Alicia Malone, and tonight we've been watching a lineup of films featuring Lockhart. Next is one in which she only has a small role, but it's a memorable one. From 1944, directed by Vincent Minnelli, it's Meet Me in St. Louis. MGM producer Arthur Freed had secured the rights to a series of short stories by Sally Benson that followed the ups and downs of the Smiths, a family living in Missouri in the early 1900s. Freed had settled on these stories after missing out on the rights to Life with Father to Warner Brothers and saw an opportunity to create a nostalgic, family-oriented musical set over 1 year in the Smiths' lives. This was the third film for director Vincent Minnelli, who called Benson's stories affecting, humorous and warm, and praised the adapted screenplay by Irving Brecker and Fred Finkelhoff for preserving the darker tinges of Benson's stories, particularly the scenes set during Halloween. In those, there was, he said, an almost wistful longing of horror that wasn't the sweet and treacly approach so characteristic of Hollywood. And this film also brought Minnelli together with star Judy Garland, who had to be convinced to play another teenager. She stars as Esther, one of the 4 Smith daughters, with Lucille Bramer, Joan Carroll and Margaret O'Brien playing the others. June Lockhart plays Lucille Ballard, who arrives at the Christmas Eve ball with Warren, Rose's love interest. Esther and Rose begin to scheme against her until they discover that she's quite lovely. From 1944, also with Mary Astor and Leon Ames, this is Meet Me in St. Louis. Meet Me in St. Louis was a big hit upon release, both critically and commercially. The Hollywood Reporter's review called the film a warmly human entertainment which has captured a nostalgic charm rarely, if ever, equaled on the screen, and Variety praised Judy Garland, saying Miss Garland achieves true stature with her deeply understanding performance. June Lockhart only had a small role in the film, playing Lucille Ballard, whom Esther tries to get revenge on by filling out her dance card with the worst options for dance partners at the ball, only to discover that Lucille is very sweet and Esther ends up taking on Lucille's terrible dance partners herself. This was early in Lockhart's career, around the time her parents, actors Jean and Kathleen Lockhart, were helping to guide her. No doubt they saw the benefit of being in this prestigious MGM musical, which has since become a beloved and enduring classic. That also describes June Lockhart herself. Up next in our tribute to the late actress, we'll watch her first credited role in a Bette Davis film from 1940, made when June was a teenager. Enjoy, and I'll see you soon.
Next on TCM, All This and Heaven 2, then the Joe Louis story, and later, Secret Service of the Air. TCM flies under the radar tonight.